Dragon Ball Xenoverse was one of my top games of 2015. Hell, I still enjoy going on parallel quests with my friends over at Comic Reviews and X, #cheaplook, every now and then. But it did have flaws, like most games do. Now with Xenoverse 2 coming out in less than a few months, and Dimps trying to improve the overall Dragon Ball Z experience, I thought I'd share what I personally want to see in the new game. Now, this is just my opinion. Just want to get that out there. It is only my opinion. Everyone else may have different opinions. That's all fine, you know. If you have a different opinion, let me know in the comment section below later on. That being said,
hit my music!
Number 10. Spiked her for Super Saiyan creator characters. Now this just makes it onto the list because it's not as important as some of the things I will go on up to, but it's something I would like to see in the game for immersion's sake only. You see, we all knew that Time Patroller's hair wouldn't spike when they went Super Saiyan. Dimps already confirmed that very early in development, that the hair will only glow yellow and the eyes would turn green. But they said, hey, it's still Super Saiyan. Now, let me ask you this. You're a Saiyan, your hair spikes up but it doesn't change colour. What are you? Are you a Super Saiyan? No, you're a false Super Saiyan, like when Goku transforms against Slug in the movie. So let's flip that around. You transform, your hair stays flat, but it changes colour. Are you a Super Saiyan? No, you're just an advert for Pantene Pro V. You see, you can't have one trait without the other. Super Saiyan wasn't about the hair changing colour and the eyes going green. It was about the drastic changes the hair went through. It's changing colour and spiking up. This was to emphasise the power they were using, and it altered greatly the higher a Saiyan went. From original Super Saiyan, well, from false Super Saiyan, all the way to Super Saiyan 4. Again, this is just because of immersion. I personally chose the Frieza race, but it was because Dimps had already confirmed that this would happen, and I didn't want my immersion broken. So for the sake of immersion, this is something I'd like to see in. Moving on. Number 9. Additional transformations. Again, not as important, but definitely something I would like. I mean, I can already thank Dimps for answering the prayers for a better transformation pool for the creator characters and making transformations separate to Ultimates. So now we have a bit more freedom in what we can do. But I can't help but be greedy. Yes, we have Giant Namekians. Yes, we have Super Saiyan 3. Yes, we have Golden Frieza. And the chance to go old school with the Nimbus and the trusty Power Pole. But I want more. I can't help it. I'm greedy. But I just want to think of the possibilities. What if we had Great Apes as well? This could give cast characters that little bit of boost. So the likes of Nappa and Raditz, Kid Gohan, they could gain the Great Ape transformation and be a bit more viable, and people would like to choose them more. You could give Turles it. Because the Saiyans, the Saiyan Saga characters need something. Heck, but even then, think of the possibilities of kaiju-esque battles between great apes and giant Namekians. It would be great. Heck, we can... I'm going to actually go into this next. But, actually, yeah. Number 8. What ifs? So yes, what I was just going to say would be what if transformations like legendary Super Saiyan 3 Broly, Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Trunks. These what if characters were something Dimps were known for. Well, obviously not those, but we still had a lot of what ifs. I mean, Dimps were the masters of what ifs. Xenoverse story itself is a big what if. Xenoverse 2 story allows you to potentially create what ifs. So what if Frieza or Cell managed to come into the Boo saga and get absorbed by Boo? We have Frieza and Cell absorb Boo. We could have Tien and Yamcha learn the fusion technique, become Tiencha. We could sabotage Vegeta, so Goku and Hercule have to become Goku. There are so many possibilities with that, and it's just so entertaining. And it was Dimps' genius years and years ago that helped signify this. Continuing on, we have number 7. A better loot system. Yeah, now I know this is again something that Dimps have already said they have fixed. We've not heard anything since. I don't like it. I'm paranoid. I don't want to do RNG after RNG after RNG just to get one bit of clothing. Number 6. Grapple Supers and Ultimates. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I love grapplers in fighting games. King for Tekken, Bane and Grundy for Injustice. Heck, I've even known to play a bit of Zangief from time to time. It's a playstyle I enjoy, so thinking about it, I was a bit disheartened that we didn't have that many Grapple Supers. I can count the exact amount on my hand. We had 4, and an Ultimate. 1 Super and the Ultimate not being available for the creator characters, and that's being Broly's Giant Slam and the Cyberman's Self-Destruct, the latter of which being pointless because you'll die if you use it. So I feel we need a lot more potential for a grappler playstyle. And with Zarbon and Dodoria making a scene in Xenoverse 2, we have potential for at least some form of an Azuna Drop Super. Unless they decide to make it his personal grab. Though, one issue kind of screws this, and that's the way the playstyle and the way the game format is, so which will lead to number 5. Personal grabs and grapple supers to hit juggled enemies. Now this is an age-old problem I've had for a long time. And it's not just Xenoverse, this is like fighting games problems. So let's just use Xenoverse as an example. You go for a combo, you snap vanish, and you decide to just finish it off with a bit of fun, go for the personal grab instead of, you know, doing some more damage, just to be a bit of a cheeky, get yourself a hard knockdown so you can set up for a pose or something. But the grab whiffs. You didn't miss it, you just go through the opponents. Let's look at it another way. If you're doing that 3-hit snap combo that everyone has, you know the one. You notice you have low key, or low stamina, you're a Kaioken build. You go for a super drain, or drain charge, depending on which one you choose, because you don't have the luxury of hyper drain, because Cell's an ass and the RNG won't be nice to you, and they don't want to give up the goods just because they want to make friends. But lo and behold, a whiff. Every time. Because that's how the grab system works. Like most games outside of MKX and Tekken, no matter what, grabbing whips. It's a very frustrating scene, and it's just unbearable to have this type of system still implemented. Most fighting games are kind of trying to draw away from that. Like I said, MKX, Tekken have been the king of keeping juggles and grabs, because the way that's how the play style games are done. So hopefully we can get this in Xenoverse. Now, I also know what you're going to say, but Tech, Hyper Drain itself does hit juggled opponents. And yes, you're right, but it hits them for the wrong reasons. Now, I don't know if this is intentional, but Hyper Drain doesn't act like a grab, it acts like a strike. Because it hits juggle opponents, but can also be blocked. Where the other grabs ignore blocking, and that's how you know that it's kind of bugged out and it might just be a glitch. Hopefully they look at this glitch and instead of removing it, capitalize on it. I mean, come on, Street Fighter 2 gave us the combo system because of a glitch. Number 4. More time. Now we all know that 3 minutes is just not long enough for this game. Hell, like, if you think about it, even with most fighting games, tend to be around 90 seconds per round. So with Mortal Kombat, you've got 90 seconds per round for 3 rounds. You're already going over the 3-minute mark if it goes all the way, which most of the time it does. Killer Instinct is 99 seconds long, but that's on a 2D playing field. With this game, it's a full 3D environment. And with the way certain play styles go, that defensive play, that offensive play, trying to get a good feel within 3 minutes is just not going to happen. And it does impact the game. They don't feel long enough. Hell, if it's to the point where it's 2v2s, 3v3s, that even needs to be even longer, because at some point the time is going to run out. Yeah, we understand, oh look, the time's got to run out in some cases to keep the servers. I don't mind that, but 3 minutes is just not long enough. 5 minutes, I mean, that's a good optimal time. Hell, Namek blew up in 5 minutes, and that seemed long enough. Disclaimer, Tech knows that it took 10 episodes for Planet Namek to blow up, which is actually about 3 hours. He is aware of this. Number 3. More Strike Ultimates. Now let's face it, Strike users got shafted big time when it came to the Ultimate department, which you kind of understand because, what we're dealing with this series. Outside of the original Dragon Ball, there aren't that many Strike moves that could be Ultimate candidates. Hell, some of the moves that Dimps are using are just pure made up. And have been. I mean, it's either inspired by something they've done or inspired by who they are. Thinking of Blue Hurricane, Spirit Sword. Spirit Sword itself was just a move that damaged Boo and Boo slipped off. Never attacked with it. Same with Death Meteor. It's a telekinetic rock move that Frieza used to distract Goku, so he could put him in some energy jail. That's the level we get. Ki Blast users got Big Bang Kamehameha. We got throw a rock at it.
It was a big rock.
I know we're probably gonna get a big boost in Strike Supers this time. Dimps will most likely come through, but in the end, I don't want to see a game where every online fight, any Strikes user is going to be finishing the game with Dragon Fist. We need more variety. Number 2. Fix the broken / useless supers and ultimates. Oh boy. So, as we know, I've just said, Strike users got shafted in the ultimate department.
It was a big rock.
A lot of cast characters got shafted in the ultimate department as well, and the super department. and a lot of departments. But let's go with just a few things. So Strike Ultimates, we knew, not as many. It's a shame that also a lot of them were not viable. Heck, the only two that I would say are truly viable is Justice Combination and Blue Hurricane. Justice Combination is just the best Strike Ultimate we can get, and it's not that great. Spirit Sword would be on par if it worked as intended, which I think a lot of Ultimates would be good Ultimates if they were working as intended. So yeah, Spirit Sword. You go for the move, you connect the initial hit, you go for the wind-up, go for the big swing, you knock them back. However, the move is not over. There's a second swing, but you've knocked them flying and you miss it probably 90% of the time. Now this could just be due to the hit detection being god-awful, which Dimps have already said they fixed. They fixed the hit detection, so hopefully Spirit Sword won't have that issue, but technically they wouldn't have had the issue in the first place if they just made the first strike a more stunning strike instead of a knockback. You see, it feels to me like that was never intended. It was never intended to do two knockbacks. The first hit should have just stunned them, and the second hit does the knockback. That makes more sense. Unless it's some type of juggle thing and they were trying to be clever, didn't work. Now, there are also broken supers which are just moves that need to be removed. And I think a few of those are the likes of the poses. Some poses I don't mind. Now, I don't mind people using poses and reinforcements. That's fine. It's your strategy. But anything with hyper armor is just annoying. I can understand certain supers having armor. That's not as frustrating. You see, a lot of fighting games have moves with armor, but usually those cost a bar of meter or a bit of energy. In Xenoverse, you just use a pose and okay, it's going to cost you stamina. You have a high enough stamina bar, you will never ever lose that unless they perfect block you and use arm crash. But they're not going to know to use arm crash against you and not have that equipped on the first time they meet you, so you're safe. So yeah, a few fighting poses, a few reinforcements need reworked. Now, if we go for Ki Blast ultimates, yeah, there's a lot of sucky moves. Scatter Kamehameha is one of the main ones. Although it's one of my favourite moves, Heat Dome Attack has some weird properties, so you knock them up into the air, but if you're too close to the ceiling, they won't go right above you, so the beam will miss and you've just wasted your energy. And the main one, Serious Bomb. Oh boy. So Serious Bomb, in my mind, was the alternative to Saiyan Spirit. Because as we know, only Saiyan's got Saiyan Spirit. But Serious Bomb and Saiyan Spirit kind of work the same. You do a melee move, you hit them with a Ki Blast. There's also a knockback somewhere in there as well. So let's go with Serious Bomb. You do the uppercut to initiate the move. You don't have to, but it's supposed to help. They go for a knockback. Now they're stunned, they're flying, they can't do much. So you're charging up the Serious Bomb. By the time you actually let the Serious Bomb loose and send it towards the opponent, they've already recovered and are able to sidestep out and avoid being hit. And what? No, seriously, what? How does that work? It's actually less beneficial to hit them with the initial startup move than it is to just use the attack in a distance and suffer a potential damage to stamina. I don't understand how that works, and it's something that really does need to be fixed. Just because on the basis alone that you've not got it right. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Number 1. Improved online. I don't really need to say much. Just everything I've gone over. All the changes, all the additions, all of that stuff will not matter if we play with an online experience worse than vanilla Mortal Kombat X. I play with Jay and Sean of Comic Reviews and X, cheap plug. Jay's 10 minutes away from me, from my house. Sean is 30 minutes away. We're all on the same internet provider. At worst, we're 4 out of 5 bars. So, in any other game, that's as offline as you can get in most online matches. The lag on Xenoverse is insane. And that's the problem with it. Fighting games, and most competitive online games in general, is somewhere where every millisecond counts. That 1 millisecond could be the difference between a win and a loss. So when you go for a punch and the game goes haywire and doesn't register it, you're missing something that you would have hit offline. When you can't do that. You can't release a game where the offline play and the online play are so different. NetherRealm realized this when MKX went on a downward spiral. Then they released MKXL with their modified GGPO rollback netcode. That's something we on Xenoverse need. Some type of netcode, better servers, do something. Get the online experience as close as the offline experience as you can. Anyway guys, enough of the insane ranting. I'm starting to make no sense now. I'm going to end it before the passion takes over. So guys, if you like the video and you want to see more, feel free to leave a like, feel free to share, and even subscribe. Also, if you want to voice your opinion on what you want to see in Xenoverse 2, let me know in the comment section below. So guys, this has been Technoloading. Peace out, till next time.